First at 4, breaking news as Governor Whitmer extends her stay-at-home order, but the auto industry is given the green light to go back to work. We have the timetable. Local doctors have spotted a rare syndrome affecting children connected to the coronavirus. We'll hear from our doctor, Dr. McGeorge. Also, here's Paula.
Well, the ranks of stay-at-home moms has increased exponentially. We talked to some of those moms about what they might want for Mother's Day. And Karen, it's not candies or flowers.
All right, Paula, plus don't let today's sunshine fool you. We are headed for a hard freeze in May. The forecast and today's top stories, first at 4.
Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
Good afternoon, I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, you just heard from Governor Whitmer about changes to her stay home, stay safe order. It will continue until the end of the month, but the manufacturing sector, including the auto industry, will be opening sooner. Let's go to Devin Scillian. He's in the newsroom for that part of the story. Devin.
Well, Karen, this was big news this afternoon. The auto industry and other manufacturing have long been the backbone of the Michigan economy. Earlier this week, we heard FCA and General Motors wanted to get things rolling by May 18th. Now the governor ready to make that happen.
This is truly good news for our state. It's a major step forward on our My Safe Start plan to re-engage our economy safely and responsibly.
Now, here are some of the particulars. Starting next Monday, that's May 11th, employees in manufacturing can start phasing back into work. May 18th, the big 3 auto companies, in conjunction with the UAW, will be restarting production, but they will be starting at 25% capacity and building up from there. The new executive order requires manufacturing facilities to adopt measures to protect workers as best as possible from COVID-19.
Manufacturing facilities, by example, must conduct a daily entry screening protocol for workers and everyone else who enters the facility. That includes a questionnaire that is covering symptoms and exposure to others with possible COVID-19, together with, if practicable and possible, a temperature screening. These are some of the examples of these protocols.
Our business editor Rob Maloney was at the governor's briefing today. He's getting more details on those protocols and exactly who's covered by the order. And while manufacturing is about to re-engage, the stay-at-home order, though, is now extended until May 28th. Much more on this to discuss. And Karen, I'll see you coming up here for more on that at 5.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Devin. Now some other updates today. The state says more than 45,000 people have had confirmed cases of coronavirus. That's up nearly 600 from yesterday. We've lost more than 4,300 people to the virus, leaving so many families to grieve loved ones. One encouraging sign, the last patient has left the TCF Center in downtown Detroit. The center was modified as part of plans for a worst-case scenario, but will be put on standby status. With construction workers back on the job, new projects are popping up across the city of Detroit. Today, Mayor Mike Duggan announced 6 new housing projects.
We are going to build a city where there is quality housing available for people of all incomes. And I will continue to say this, particularly in the Midtown area. I want the doctors and the nurses working at our Midtown hospitals, the professors at our universities, to be living in the same neighborhoods with the folks who are pushing the wheelchairs, preparing the meals, cleaning the hospitals. That's what this city is about.
Mayor Duggan says 170 of the 370 new housing units are affordable housing. An urgent warning this afternoon for parents about a very rare but very serious syndrome in children that appears to be linked to COVID-19. Local doctors say they have now treated several cases here in Michigan. Our Dr. Frank McGeorge joins us with the symptoms parents need to watch out for.
This illness is being called pediatric multisystem inflammatory syndrome. Children's Hospital says they've seen 15 to 20 cases in the past 2 weeks. They want to get the word out because the symptoms can be very typical of other childhood illnesses, but this can quickly progress to a life-threatening situation. The symptoms in younger children include fever lasting at least 2 days, a rash, red or peeling palms or soles, red and cracked lips, and red inflamed eyes. Children may also have a strawberry red tongue.
And what's very serious about this is that the patients can develop myocardial, which means heart involvement. So not only do the coronary arteries potentially get involved, but the function of the heart itself can be impaired.
Older children and teens tend to have more subtle symptoms, including a fever lasting more than 48 hours, along with a rash or gastrointestinal symptoms like abdominal pain or diarrhea.
If the child is not right, they have fever and they're just not right, if they have any of these other symptoms, please call your pediatrician. If you can't reach your pediatrician, you can't be seen by a doctor, go to your local emergency room, preferably one with expertise with children.
Now, cases have been seen in babies all the way up to teenagers, but the majority have been under age 6. I'll have more on this warning and the potential connection to COVID-19 coming up at 5. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Doc. A member of the military in close proximity with President Trump has tested positive for the coronavirus. The person, one of the president's valets, was diagnosed yesterday. The White House says both the president and vice president have since tested negative for the virus, and they are in good health. The White House tests all staffers for COVID-19 about once a week. Breaking news out of Washington in a stunning reversal. The Justice Department is asking the judge to drop the criminal case against Michael Flynn. The president's first national security advisor was charged as part of the Robert Mueller investigation. Flynn pleaded guilty in 2017 to lying to the FBI. But now the Justice Department says there was no legitimate reason for the FBI to interview Flynn. The president has said he was strongly considering a pardon. Well, so many families are heartbroken over the coronavirus. Many more suffering financial pain, and their numbers are also growing. Nearly 3.2 million laid-off workers filed for unemployment last week. Now, remember, that number does not count anyone who can't get into the system. More than 33 million people have lost jobs across the country during the virus lockdowns. Only encouraging news, new filings have been decreasing the past 5 weeks. After 112 years in business, the luxury department store Neiman Marcus has filed for bankruptcy. It is the first department store to file since the COVID-19 crisis began. Following J. Crew into bankruptcy court, Neiman Marcus says it has secured financing to keep operating and hopes to emerge from bankruptcy in the fall. Here's a quick look at the Dow Jones on our Thursday afternoon. As the markets closed, you can see the Dow closed 211 points up, which was obviously some good news for Wall Street. You can see the very latest numbers right there on your screen. Well, Mother's Day is traditionally the biggest day of the year for delivery of flowers. This year, many moms want very untraditional gifts. Paula Tutman got some interesting answers as she polled moms who are doing everything they can to hold together in this current pandemic.
As if the job of motherhood is not already a high-stress, intense, sometimes underappreciated, often thankless, mind-numbing onslaught of emotional, hair-pulling madness through the 40-plus days of a COVID-19 lockdown.
At least as we stand at this point, there isn't a light at the end of the tunnel. There's some worry that we're not going back to school in August. So
We assembled an impressive group of warriors for a conversation on motherhood
just, oh, Lord.
in the time of COVID.
I guess it's worth saying that I'm a triplet mom, so I have 3 6-year-olds and an 8-year-old.
Wow.
These moms across the board are now doing sometimes quadruple duty.
Having her here 24/7 and overseeing her education, like, I appreciate teachers more than you will ever know.
You're a short order cook, you're teacher, you're referee, you're trying to juggle your job.
None of these mothers would change their lives or their families one iota, not for a moment. But can there just be one moment where you don't feel the need to change your name?
When I hear mom all the time, I literally will say, she's not here.
Working full-time in the home has definitely been a challenge, and it's meant that I'm kind of working 24/7. So the kids go to bed and I'm up late, sometimes to 3 a.m. trying to catch up.
And so a few thoughts on gifts this Mother's
A
Day.
normal year, it would be a day out in the community doing the things that I love, right? Going to the Riverwalk, out for a nice brunch. This year, I really would like to sleep in. An uninterrupted shower would just be lovely. So this year, I want a bicycle because I need to get out of this house.
I think during pandemic times, I want to sleep in, I want to wake up to a clean house, and I want a 6-pack of Charmin Ultra Soft. So.
Same.
I just want to have a day to myself.
Leave me alone, feed me, give me cocktails, and let me stay in my room all day in my bed.
You and me together.
A quart of Haagen-Dazs always helps.
Just to have that uninterrupted time is the most amazing and priceless gift right now.
Okay, so you heard it here first. Dads and kids, you've got 3 days to figure out how to get the heck out of the house. Or perhaps this is the year you don't surprise mom. Maybe you ask her exactly what she wants. Maybe she wants flowers, candy, and for you to get out of the house. But it's a good idea to check this year. Karen?
I love all of those women, and I agree with them on so many different levels. I love the bike riding idea. I like the long shower interrupted. And Charmin, you can't go wrong with Charmin, right?
And don't call me mom.
That's right. Well, happy Mother's Day to you as well, Paula, and thank you so much for your report. Well, we will be looking ahead to the Mother's Day forecast in the 7 days. So first, let's enjoy today's sunshine. Andrew Humphrey in for Ben. And how are we doing right now, Andrew?
Karen, we're doing spectacularly. We had sunshine earlier today. A few clouds have come in, but it is cool to mild out there, and we better enjoy it because we have lower temperatures on the way. Let's talk about the good news first, shall we? 65 over at Metro Airport, 60 degrees in Howell. Happy Thursday to the folks in Port Huron. Grab a coat because it's chillier there with 50 degrees, but it is dry. 65 over at the airport. Pretty windy, though, today. Winds at 22 miles per hour, gusting to around 35, so hold on to your hats if you do happen to venture out this evening. And as always, remember your masks. And also you'll need your jackets. 40s by dinner time, and look at how low temperatures go. Some places near freezing. And a freeze warning for tomorrow night. We'll talk about that, your weekend forecast for Mother's Day, coming up.
All right, still ahead, the NFL is about to reveal its plans for the new season. Are fans ready to watch games without any spectators? We're going to talk about that. Plus, when Justice RBG gets sick, millions of people worry. We have an encouraging update on her health. Up first, it was a disturbing mystery when we told you about a 3-year-old found stabbed to death. What we have learned in just the past 24 hours is heartbreaking. We'll explain.